Hello there. This is my first live in our little tight-knit group, and I'm here with my really good friend Val.
Hi everyone.
She and I were just sitting having coffee and conversation this morning and got to talking about this quote that I had posted, and I mentioned that I was going live in here to talk about who are you not to be? You name it, brilliant, amazing, talented, all of these things. And Val, will you tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Val, and I'm a clinical therapist. I own a practice called The Centered Life, and we specialize in working with women, especially to empower them to reach past the barriers that are holding them back, whether that's resolving some mental health issues or just being really achieving the things that you want in life. So empowering women is my passion, and Ray and I got to talking about this quote, and we had some things that we wanted to share with you guys.
Yeah, so good morning. So I brought this quote up, and I asked Val, what would you say to one of your clients if they told you that they didn't know what their gift was, or that they were struggling with finding their purpose or living out their purpose? And she blew my mind this morning, so I'm gonna let her talk.
Yeah. So I work with a lot of young women who have trouble with self-esteem, or really are having trouble finding their direction in life, finding their sense of self. And what I see the most is this fear of how other people perceive you, this fear of judgment.
Yes, and speaking of fears,
this is one of my fears. I've been really wanting to video blog and get out there and share my passion and share the information that I have for women, but have had a lot of fear. So today, Ray pushed me and was like, let's get in the car, let's do this.
It's her first live, you guys. This is a big deal. But we were talking about lives, and I just to relate it to our business, I think that every single person on here can say that fear is the thing that holds them back from so much in this business, right? Like, a fear of going live, or just a fear of sharing about their business because of what are other people going to think of me. So will you enlighten us about the what other people think syndrome? Yeah,
and I'm so guilty of this. I have imposter syndrome, where you sort of like have this negative self-talk where you ask yourself, like, who am I, to be able to stand in front of this group of women and say, this is how you should take care of yourself, or this is what's healthy for your relationship. Like, what makes me so qualified?
That right there. What makes me so qualified? So is this ringing a bell? What makes me so qualified to sell makeup products when I'm not a makeup artist, or I don't have experience, or I don't have a past doing network marketing, right? Like, that's what they might be thinking. And this is stuff I hear all the time, right? What makes me qualified? But it's your unique self that makes you qualified, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we talked about.
Absolutely. It's you being authentic in yourself and sharing your knowledge with people. For me, there's so many therapists everywhere, and there's so many therapists that work with women and empower women. But what makes everybody special and different is your authentic way of presenting that, and your ability to connect with people. And same for you guys, yes, there's a lot of people that are out there selling makeup, but there's only one person that has the passion for it like you do.
And Val, how many people, I asked her this, okay, this was the craziest, most enlightening thing that I forgot about this, okay? How many people, when you're scrolling in your news feed, do you see doing makeup tutorials?
Just one.
Me. She sees me. You guys, pause for a minute. We are so used to scrolling through our news feed, and all we see all day long is tutorial, that we start thinking that that's all anybody sees, so maybe I shouldn't be going live because everybody's already seen it. Wrong. Val just blew my mind. She told me I'm the only one. And you enlighten me with that today, right? I forget what all you were saying about that, but
I just think it's all about shifting your focus. You know, if your focus is comparing yourself and seeing all these other people selling makeup and all this other competition, and you're focused on what everyone else is doing, that's going to hinder you. That's going to be a barrier to you focusing on honing in on your craft and doing what you do best.
Totally.
So change the focus and shift the perspective and look internally and
Bring
look
it
at
back
yourself.
to you. Yeah, for sure. And what else had we discussed that was so cool?
We talked about this analogy of, you said about sharing your gift, and this analogy of the domino effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you guys know about the domino effect, right? So have you ever played dominoes? How you can just stack them all up, right? And they all look the same. Got all these dominoes. So let's pretend we're all these little live videos. We're all doing our makeup tutorials, right? Or whatever, right? We're all these beauty guides. But all it takes is that one person. You think you don't have an impact on other people. And if you're telling yourself that, you're wrong. This is how you share your gift, whatever that is. You have the ability, just as you, to set off this domino. It just takes you falling forward to set off all these other dominoes and make this huge impact. And then Val said to me,
so here's the thing about the domino effect is, in order for you to get this sequence of events started, you literally have to fall forward
with no one to catch you.
With no one to catch you. And you have to do the thing that you're most afraid of. And you have to face your fear, and you have to fall forward and have faith, mostly in yourself,
right?
In what you know how to do, and you know, that's what it takes.
Isn't that mind-blowing though? Like, she highlighted that. See, I'm focused on all it takes is that one person doing this thing, and she's like, but pause. That's a big deal. Facing your fears is a big deal. And we talked about, like, this quote says, you know, that you're more afraid of the light than the darkness. And I was like, well, what's with that, right? And so, Val, will you talk about how you were talking about, if you really see yourself as at the top of your game, or like the top of your company, share that talk with me, with all of us.
So I was relating it to myself, and you know, this quote talks about being afraid of your light. And so when I picture myself at the top of my game, reaching the highest level of what I want to do with my practice, and being the source for women and empowering women, the things that come along with that, there's a lot of amazing things that are going to come along with that. But the things that come along with that, there's some fear associated with that. Like, yes, success is great. Success brings financial well-being. You know, me personally, thinking about finances, thinking about having enough resources, brings some fear. Like, I have been in places in my life where I've seen how money changes people, and that's a fear of mine. You know, like being afraid of going away from my values when I make the income that I want to. And so that fear, whether I realize it or not, it
keeps you playing small.
Yeah, and it's what is directing you making all these different choices. You know, like, we're afraid of fear. We don't want to face fear. Fear is uncomfortable.
So we do all these behaviors you were saying to avoid that, right? So maybe you know deep within you, you can hit the top of the company, you can lead a team of people, you can have this success. But that fear, if you don't get honest with yourself about it, if you don't look at it, you're going to keep making behaviors to kind of steer you away from getting to that ultimate success. Am I right?
Yeah. And I see that so much with the women that I work with, that centrally, ultimately, it's all related to fears, and it's all related to uncovering those fears and getting comfortable in the uncomfortable. You know, like doing what you're afraid of, and starting small, and doing small things to challenge yourself. But
yeah, and
like
then it grows.
Doing live videos.
Yeah, and then it grows, because every time you do that thing, that circle grows in that comfort level, and you start realizing, okay, I did this little thing, and now I realized, okay, I could do that, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you become bigger and bigger, and you realize that, you know, you are capable of doing the things that you didn't think you were, and that's where the empowerment comes in, right? So I'm so grateful to, if I'm just speaking from my heart, I'm really grateful to have friends like Val who I can think, oh yeah, we're just gonna grab a cup of coffee, we're, you know, talking about, we both have little ones, and Val has been a huge resource for me in becoming a new mom. She's been like, and you know what, real talk, all over the place right now, but it makes me emotional because Val and I have a history. We've been friends since we were how old?
We've known each other since high school.
But we've been like good friends since we were probably 18 years old, and I'm 31 now, and so that's a long time to be friends. But we had a rocky moment like in our friendship, like hardcore, when we got married. We went through this like competitive phase, and we're not like, the fact that we could talk about that is just so funny because I've never been through that with a friend, and I don't know that she had been either.
Never.
And we were like, what's going on? We're just so much alike, right? But we love each other enough that we learned how to communicate about this. And we would be like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I'm feeling jealous right now about this thing, and I don't want to feel that way. So how can we get over this? And we have like done so much work, and we're like, seriously, she's one of my best friends. We talk almost every single day. You know, we support each other. We're there for each other. And we've realized that we struggle a lot with, you know, control, right?
Oh my
trying to have control of things, trying to control how we're perceived is one of the things that we struggle with. And, you know, and conflict, really. Like, those are our big struggles right now. But it's amazing to have a friend. And I'm saying this because find these women in your life. Surround yourself with these women that you can be raw with, that you can be honest with, that are going to empower you, that are going to challenge you, that when you come to them with something, whether it's business or outside, because believe me, Val will tell you this, being, you know, a therapist, I'm sure, that areas, you know, if something's going on in your marriage, it's going to affect your business. If so, you know what I mean? Like, it all bleeds into one another.
You guys,
right?
It's so important. I mean, today, I think I just really hit home for me that it's so important to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, and people who are women who are supportive and who are loving and who want to empower you. That's the greatest gift that you can give yourself. Find those people and surround yourself with those people, because you'll never stop learning about yourself. And it's the quickest way to like get really humble and realize what you're struggling with and how you can shift it.
Yeah. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I'm lucky.
Me
yeah.
too.
But I hope this was helpful for you guys and encouraging for you guys, and that you got value out of this today. And hopefully we get Val to share some video blogs with us soon. What are they called?
Vlogs.
Vlogs. Hold on, she's the queen of abbreviating everything. Val, I wish I could tell them all of the things that, like, one of my favorite things that
Mage Preach.
Mage Preach. I was like, what is that? This is like 10 years ago. We still do this now.
Yeah.
And will you explain what that means to them?
Majorly appreciated.
Yeah.
So Mage Preach for listening and watching, you guys.
Mage Preach, y'all. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.